Your wife's been dead for years, darling. It's time to modernize and join the real world. That was the exact sentence Cordelia Whitmore said to me. She didn't whisper it. She didn't say it privately. She smirked straight into her phone camera while bulldozers roared behind her, carving wet concrete through the center of my pasture. No warning. No permission. No consent. Just the smell of diesel, crushed grass, and the sound of my cattle scattering as machines ripped through land that had fed my family for 3 generations. And while she stood there filming, flashing what she claimed were legal easement papers, she said the words that told me this was never about a bike path. Progress waits for no one. What she forgot was that this pasture already had an owner. Not me. Taurus. My 2,200-pound champion Black Angus bull. And bulls don't care about HOAs. My name is Dutch Kellerman. I'm a third-generation cattle rancher in Texas. I inherited these 47 acres from my grandfather in 1995. My father ran cattle here before me. And before him, my grandfather broke this soil by hand. I've raised registered Black Angus here for nearly 3 decades. 30 head. Carefully bred. Healthy. Documented. Every morning for 28 years, I've watched the sunrise spill gold across this pasture. Every evening, I've listened to the sound of cattle settling into dirt that remembers us. But 18 months ago, the ranch went quiet. That's when Sarah, my wife, died. Cancer doesn't negotiate. It doesn't compromise. Just takes. Some mornings, I still reach for my phone to send her something funny I read. Before I remember, there's no one on the other end. The house echoes now. The barn doesn't. Grief makes time do strange things. Some days feel endless. Others disappear completely. And right when I was learning how to exist in that silence, they arrived. Willowbrook Heights. 200 brand new McMansions dropped onto what used to be open farmland. Perfect lawns. Identical mailboxes. People who wanted the idea of country living without the reality they complained about. Cows mooing at dawn, manure smells, fleece roosters crowing. But paid extra for farm aesthetic at grocery stores. And leading them all, Cordelia Whitmore. 49 years old. Former California lawyer. HOA president, 3 terms running. White Tesla Model X. Ecofam license plates. Yoga pants worn like armor. She ran the HOA like a hostile corporate takeover. Every disagreement became a meeting of votia threat. Noise complaints came first. Then certified letters. Then legal language that tried to scare me into selling. Your livestock operation is incompatible with modern community standards. That phrase appeared in every letter. And every letter ended the same way. Relocate your cattle elsewhere. Elsewhere. Like cattle can just be unplugged and moved because someone paid too much for granite countertops next to a ranch. Cordelia eventually found what she thought was her silver bullet. Buried in county records. A 1960s emergency vehicle easement. Fire trucks. Ambulances. Police, during emergencies only. But Cordelia decided that meant public recreational bike path. No new studies. No public hearings. No landowner consent. Just confidence. One cold October morning, I stepped outside and saw surveyors already on my land, spray painting orange X's on oak trees older than Cordelia's entire bloodline. Bulldozers idling. Concrete forms laid out. And standing by my fence, filming everything, was Cordelia. Smiling. I told them to leave. The head surveyor didn't even look up. HOA infrastructure project, sir. We have documentation. Cordelia waved papers. Your cows can graze elsewhere, sweetie. And then she looked straight at the pasture. Progress waits for no one. That pasture was Taurus's territory. Taurus weighs 2,200 pounds. 6 years old. Champion bloodlines. Undisputed king of the herd. That pasture is his dining room. His resting place. His kingdom. He doesn't bluff. I've seen him. Chase delivery trucks, charge loud machinery, snap fence posts like toothpicks. And Cordelia wanted jogger cyclist skids moving through his feeding ground. That's not unsafe. That's suicidal. Cordelia escalated immediately. Cease and desist letters. Threats of livestock seizure. Claims my cattle were dangerous. So I hired Mackenzie Reeves. Agricultural law. 20 years defending farmers. First thing she asked, show me the easement. She studied it quietly. Then smiled. This isn't a recreational easement. Emergency access only. And worse? The consent form had my forged signature. Wrong spelling. Wrong slant. Wrong everything. Then Mackenzie dug deeper. Cordelia's California law license? suspended for ethics violations, forged client signatures, misused escrow funds. She was practicing law illegally. Everything she'd filed? Worthless. Everything she'd threatened? Criminal. When legal intimidation failed, Cordelia tried fear. She mailed glossy flyers. Is your family drinking contaminated water? She accused my cattle of poisoning the creek. Hired as scientist. White lab coat. Official van. Scientific equipment. Except, he was her brother-in-law. Fake credentials. Fake lab. Fake data. The real EPA tests told the truth. My rotational grazing. Improved water quality, reduced erosion. The HOA's fertilizer runoff? Actual pollution. The lie collapsed publicly. But desperate people don't stop. They escalate. Oil poured into water troughs. Truck tires slashed while I stood at my wife's grave. Pellet gun wounds in my cattle. Then fake security guards. Convicted felons. Paid with HOA funds. That's when Mackenzie uncovered the truth. Cordelia and her husband had embezzled $890,000. They were broke. They needed my land. Developers had offered $3.2 million. And then the truth that stopped my heart. Sarah, my wife, was the whistleblower who destroyed Cordelia's law career years ago. This wasn't zoning. This was revenge. Against a dead woman. The FBI stepped in. RICO charges. Wire fraud. Conspiracy. Asset forfeiture. They wanted arrests at the HOA meeting. And that's when I had an idea. Because Taurus had been training. Car alarms. Luxury tones. Tesla frequencies. Food rewards. Weeks of patient conditioning. That 1,200 Hz Tesla alarm? Taurus responded from 400 yards away. Perfectly. Packed room. Cordelia at the podium. She announced victory. Mackenzie stood. Evidence appeared. Forged signatures. Bank transfers. Fraud. Then, FBI. Badges out. Handcuffs ready. Cordelia panicked. She ran. And smashed her Tesla panic alarm. That alarm echoed. The gate opened. Taurus charged. 2,200 pounds of consequence. Metal folded. Glass shattered. German engineering lost the argument. Someone yelled. Insurance doesn't cover livestock justice. I walked up, looked at Cordelia, and said, Progress waits for no bulls, sweetie. Cordelia went to federal prison. Her assets were seized. The HOA was rebuilt. The bike path rerouted, with my consent. Sarah's name lives on through scholarships and conservation. And Taurus? Still grazing. Still king. This story made you cheer. Or cringe. Hit like, comment, and subscribe. Because here on HOA Stories, the Karens always meet their match.